Hello everyone, welcome to GwPro Trading. Today we're going to look at those lessons we did and also share with you technical analysis as also what is happening in the whole general market. Alright, so let's go ahead first and then look at those lessons we did over the week. Alright. Okay, so taking a look here we have some lessons we did. Okay, so we looked at GBP card. Okay, look at GBP card, and also I send it out to students to look at how they can label this. Okay, and they did great. Okay, so we looked at another one. We looked at this was the chart of GBP NZD. Okay, so we labeled it this way. Okay, let's just go ahead and see what we did and the right labeling for that and why that is the right labeling. Alright, GBP NZD, just go ahead and label that the right way. Okay, GBP NZD. Alright, that's fine for GBP NZD. Okay, so GBP NZD, what we're looking at is a possibility that price did complete a wave 1, a wave 2 right here, and also completed a wave 3. Okay, so this is an A leg, B leg, C leg possibly. Alright, so we're running a flat pattern. Okay, but this is a running flat because we have the extreme of the wave B break above the price territory or the extreme of wave 3, so we have price dropping down just a little bit. We can as well say that this could also be an expanded flat, okay, because we also have it from the fact that we also have it that price retraced just a little bit below price territory of A before then the rally. So we looked at an expanded flat, and also we're looking at a possibility that price have completed the wave 4 right inside of this area. So what we're looking at is a possible continuation to the upside. Okay, so what we're looking at possible continuation to the upside. And in the whole of the trading day today, in the whole of the trading day, what happened in the whole of the trading day today is we did see price having formed right from Monday, though we were looking at this structure here for a bounce. Okay, we're looking at that structure there for a bounce. So just go ahead and see what also I spoke about on that one. And okay, let's see. I mentioned that in my previous analysis. Let's see. I think we did that. Okay, it shouldn't be that long. Go ahead and see that. Okay, let's go ahead and see that. Alright, let's go ahead and see that. Alright, and okay. Alright, so here is the chart GPNZD. So this is the territory I was looking at for price to bounce, 1.954. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see that 1.954. Okay, 1.954. Okay, 1.954, and well, price did come close to that zone but couldn't bounce off the zone before breaking out of this downward structure here. All right, so I was looking at this as a bounce that price from that point would continue moving to the upside. All right, so that was what I was looking at. Price did come close, very close, and would have been a sniper entry. All right, that would have been cool. And also we're looking at a possibility that price would also continue to the upside. Okay, also hitting that target. All right, so you know that when you're taking targets, you want to take statistical targets, and you want to look at fib extensions. Okay, so this was the target we were looking at. Okay, right from the lows. So we're looking at this target right from this point here. So we still have some little bit of room to go, okay, and price could also move even further in order to complete the wave 5 of the formation. Okay, looking at this one, okay, so we could look at that to continue up to 1.978. Overall we're in a downtrend, so once this completes wave 5, okay, we'll start looking at the next short opportunities to downside. It's all a possibility, so we'll best to wait for more price developments, okay, and it's best to look for a final target here. Okay, so two scenarios confirm the final target, because we're going to be looking at fib extensions. Okay, at that point you would understand that this is going to be our target. All right, so this was previous lows right here. Okay, so we're looking at that from this great high back into this low. All right, so that would be a very good night, a very wonderful travel over that period there, because we might be looking at probably 1,200 pips thereabout, or 1,000 pips. That would be cool. All right, that would be so cool. Okay, that would be so cool. All right, so let's look at another example we did over the week. We took some few examples over the week, and okay, number learning. Okay, let's see. Okay, we took EuroCAD. All right, let's look at EuroCAD. Also, how that also played out for EuroCAD. What we're looking at for EuroCAD overall, we looked at EuroCAD doing a consolidation. Okay, so let's look at here. Let's go over to one time frame bigger. Okay, one time frame bigger points out that EuroCAD might just be on its way into completing this pattern right here. All right, so we might actually be working out a wave 5 of the 1, 2, 3, A, B, right here, C right here, which could also form wave 4, and we could have been completed wave 5. So what's going on here, guys? If that would be the case for this one here, what I'm going to be looking at, or any short opportunities I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to be looking at price to reaccumulate. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at price to drop into a certain structure. Okay, so here, if I'm looking at taking a short position, all right, right around the top. Okay, you want to leave soon. You don't want to stay too long in the market. All right, for this one here. All right, you want to leave soon, because once price drops, you don't expect that price is going to bounce at certain territories and reaccumulate. All right, okay, we're going to have to see that, because if this is going to be our ABC, this is expected to be our 1. Price can also bounce in a 3-way format, dropping back into the 61 of this swing to gather more momentum into making the next push to the upside. All right, so that's what I'm going to be looking at for this one here. And in the course of today, I was looking at this over today, and I was looking to share with you guys also on the group as well. I was looking at the whole of this consolidation happening. Okay, so this consolidation here is what we're looking at, and with this move to the downside, we have price fake out one more time, dropping. So what I would recommend for this one here is to wait for either price to move another leg up before faking out or losing steam or losing strength and then dropping back into the zone. Okay, so we could also be having price move in a 3-way format such as that one. Okay, so it could also be a possibility. All right, so a lot of things could also play out with this one here, but as you guys know, for electricians here, we're going to be looking at taking the impulse wave. So what's going to be the impulsive wave? It's going to be any wave that confirms to the downside. Okay, our majority would be, our major objective on this trade would be shorting it. So we're going to be looking for the best opportunities to short this one. Look at corrective waves such as this one, then we look for the best opportunities to short. Another corrective wave presents itself, we look for an opportunity to short, and also taking statistical targets. Okay, it's best to plan in such a way, because that's what electricians do. Okay, so let's look at another example we did over. And okay, that was what I did here. I did count the wave with you guys here. Also, let's look at also Euro GBP. So Euro GBP in this picture here, what we wanted to do and how we would set up planning this one here, and that was also played out nicely. And as you can see here, we had an ABC and we had a pullback here to complete a wave 1, maybe just wave 2. But I was looking at the 61.8 of this swing high to this swing low. All right, and that played out nicely, and you had it that price drop from that point, and this was the target. I think this actually hit the target. Let's go ahead and see what happened there. Okay, so let's go ahead and see Euro GBP. All right, so Euro GBP hit that target. Okay, so we completed that one for the week. Okay, so this was a retest, and that was also done. 1 to 7 pip extension. And I always recommend that traders should take very nice targets. Okay, so it's best you take nice targets, and taking that consistently will also improve your trading, and it will also give you sense of happiness. Okay, because this is 1 to 7 Fibonacci extension, and those targets are mostly best to target on a near time first. Okay, so looking at that, we've completed that one right there. So we look at the next one we looked at over the week. Okay, so this was also we looked at a little bit of crypto here. Okay, we look at GBP/NZD. We also the structure there we spoke about. You looked at USD/CHF. Okay, we look at another lesson 4. Okay, so this was also a lesson 4 for the week. We had price trading inside of this point here, and this was when I sent the signal for traders to analyze this one as an invitation. Okay, so let's look at what we did. Okay, so we did create this. Okay, so this was one of the pictures we sent out. Let's look at the leveling for this one here. Okay, so what is it, guys? We looked at it as a possible flat. Okay, so we're looking at a running flat. We have the extreme of wave B break a high of this structure here. So this could have been an A, okay, A, B, C for a B, and then possibly a C or upside, right? So we didn't know that, all right, but what we wanted to do was plan for the upside possibility. We looked at scenarios, okay? So as Ellioticians, what we do here, what we do as Ellioticians, we looked at possibilities and probabilities, okay? So we also looked at this could have also been an ABC upside, and price could have maybe start dropping down. Okay, so I was looking at here, if price would drop one more time, bouncing off the structure, that would have been the best plan. But here we also look at the bullish side of the story, and that also, let's go ahead and see what also happened and how that played out. Okay, so how that played out, AUD/CHF, let's go see what we did and how that played out. Okay, we looked at 2 instances also in the market and which one played out nicely. Let's go ahead and see that. Okay, so which one played out? We did play out the very first one, and that was also creating a running flat. Okay, so that was running flat. As you can see, guys, is a running flat. Okay, and what we're looking at, what we're working at the moment. Okay, so we're going to be working this as a B. All right, so one of the things, okay, let's go ahead and put that up. One of the characteristics of this kind of setup here is mostly the C leg travels almost the distance of the A leg. So we're going to look at time travel. Let's go ahead, bring up something of this nature. Wow. Okay, I'm not supposed to bring that up. I'm supposed to bring something of this nature up. Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, so this, let's look at this. Okay, so this is where we're going to start expecting our wave C. This is where we're going to start expecting our wave C, and that is the best time to start looking for sales. Okay, so wait for structural backing. Okay, so this is price territories to start looking for wave C's. If you're going to see this this is going to go extended beyond 1618 to 2.0 fib extension. Those are majority of these targets, and okay, nicely you can see that this also played out up to 2.0 right here, or to 1618 pivot extension. And mostly these targets often test a longer, because this is a huge push. Okay, so this is a huge action to create equal amount of reaction which should travel further or far. Okay, we're going to look at C going up to this point here. All right, so best you should also continue to wait for bullish opportunities to still present itself over time, and then you can also look for opportunities to take some long trades. Okay, but over some time, you might expect that price could also retrace a little bit, right? Possibly there could also be some little bit of retracement, just maybe. All right, and then we could also continue riding that upside. Okay, so possibly that would be the best time to. I recommend that traders that want to trade the ABC structure or the running flat structure should always wait for a pullback. That very first pullback is where you want to buy. Okay, that very first pullback, you want to buy stop loss below the B leg, and then you target that point right there. Okay, you don't want to target crazy targets. What I recommend for this kind of structure here is I recommend that you should target first the 127 Fibonacci extension. Okay, because it's going to give you a very huge profit. It's going to give you that belief that you will understand what you're doing, because first target for price is going to get there first. Okay, before maybe just retracing a little bit and then moving up to next one. Okay, so possibly I would recommend that you target this one first, then this one, then the final target there. All right, so possibly 3 targets. It's best you wait for those ones to play out nicely. Okay, let's just see what we spoke about. And we didn't do any more tutorials or lessons. All right, so this was also what we played out. Okay, so this was a trade plan. What we traded, what we looked at here before, we looked at a 5-wave move upside. So that was the trade plan, and before the drop. Okay, so that was the trade plan. It was a wonderful trade plan, and everything turned out nicely. As you can see, that this is seriously impulsing. Okay, so what we want to be seeing now, we want to be seeing a wave 2. So we have a wave, possibly sort of crazy. Okay, so I don't mostly count the internal structures, as you guys know. I look at structures overall because I'm a day trader. I'm not a scalper. Okay, I'm a day trader, and I take trades over periods. I take trades from days to weeks, from hours. Okay, I don't really take trades in minutes. Okay, so let's go back to our regular time frame. What we're doing. Okay, so this is what we're looking to do. It's a whole lot of possibility that price could also continue upside. And also for CAD CHF, for those looking to take some positions off CAD CHF, I mostly recommend that if you're a trader, what you should look for a counter trend trade is wait to see if price did hit your initial target. If price didn't hit your initial target, what you're going to expect that price is going to want to hit that target. Okay, for this one, I expect price to still continue further going down. Any signs of weakness, it's a very nice trend line we could draw. Very nice trend line from this one, also having 2 touches, multiple touches as well. Right here, and also right here, and we can also expect that price would also break just maybe this structure here, going to the downside. All right, so that could also be a possibility. It's a huge possibility. Okay, so let's look at also what we spoke about here in the group. I just want to make a review of everything we did over the week. Okay, so let's look at what we did over the week. All right, so GwPro here is actually making a rush for the money. Okay, so we look to capture 1,000 pips from that one. Okay, so it's going to take a while. It might take more than a month to complete. But from where we are right now, we've moved from entry point. All right, as you guys know, when I'm looking for it to drop, I take Fibonacci retracement of 61.8. And we've moved, okay, 300 pips. 300 pips we've moved so far, 300 pips. Okay, so we're at break-even point here, stop loss break-even. So we're looking at price to continue further upside. That should also play out nicely. Okay, so whatever happens here, profit locked. Okay, so this is one of the trades I did set pending order before I'm going off. Okay, so let's look at what we could be doing also in the week. We talked about GBP card as well. Okay, I'm a little bit having hold. Looked at GBP card as well, and for GBP card here, once price completes the wave C here, it's the best time to look for short opportunities. Okay, so once price completes wave C here overall, what we're looking to do here is, this is an ABC, right? We have wave 1, 2, 3, A, B, possibly a C, right? So we're looking at price. Once price starts falling from this point here, we're looking at dropping back into downside. Just maybe target this previous structure here. It's a whole big analysis. You can actually go back to my channel and then my YouTube and then watch, just search GP card analysis. There was a full breakdown of this whole scenario here of what we did. All right, so there was full breakdown, the wave count. All right, so let's look at that one. And I also did, okay, my possible correction. Okay, so let's look at what we also wanted to do with, okay, so this was what we wanted to do with USD but this did not play out because I was looking at this as a correction. Okay, I was looking at this as a possible correction, and whenever price breaks a previous structure, that should have been triggered. All right, so what happened? Let's go ahead and see what happened. Okay, many times I recommend that if you're not trading, you're actually making money. All right, it's profitable to not trade, because when you're not trading, it's actually profitable there for you rather than taking a very bad trade. Okay, so it's best you wait for commitments, and I also recommend that you want to see the market commit to you before you can commit to the market. That's the best way to trade. Okay, let's look at what we did and how that played out. Okay, so I'm looking at this. It's a corrective wave, and once price was trading instead of here, my buy stop was up here, and you see how price continues sliding down. All right, so telling me that there is so much selling pressure, and best time is not to buy or sell in this setup such as this one. Okay, so you want to stay off the market and you want to wait on the weekly time frame to see how the weekly candle will close. Remember guys, we still have support right around here on a weekly basis, so it's best not to look at that one there. Okay, so let's look at how the week will close. That's the best advice, okay, for those of you that are still trading. Okay, so that's the best advice. You want to wait to see how the week will close. Okay, you want to see price pairing through this point. Price could also retrace a little bit, still accumulate, and then break out from this point to the upside. Okay, you want to see how the week will close. All right, so see you tomorrow. I'll be doing a market update in the morning as well, and also share with you technical analysis as well, and also full breakdown. Okay, so see you next time. Subscribe, like, and also share with friends. That's the best. Thank you, and it will also help in the creation of more videos such as this one.